What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Zary, and before we get into the video, I just want to remind everybody, if you're under level 15 and you want $10 worth of free stuff, go to your settings, go to use promo code, and type in XMGGift. You do that, you'll get $10 worth of free stuff. It helps support the channel. So if you're under level 15, make sure you're using that promo code XMGGift. Enjoy the video.
Alright, good morning everybody, it is Zary, and we are back and we're going to go over the T7 ability upgrades. Where's the first? But what we're going to do today is, when we go over it, we got to exclude a couple characters. And the reason we're excluding them is because we don't really know, even as testers, how these are going to make a difference in the grand scheme of things. How are they going to fit into the team comp? What is it really going to do? So there's going to be a couple characters, and we're going to go over those, just of characters we got to kind of exclude from this list because it's not fair to rank them without seeing them with the full team. But before we get into that, everybody, I just want to take a second. Popping up on the screen right now is a picture of my nephew. Yesterday was his birthday. He is a big fan of me. He sits down, he watches all my videos, and he thinks it's so cool I'm on YouTube. And this kid is a warrior. He's had multiple surgeries on his heart from pretty much birth. He's just amazing, and I love him. So Keegan, happy birthday, buddy. I hope you're watching this, and I hope you have a happy birthday. So everybody in the comments, wish Keegan a happy birthday for me. It'll make his day and blow his mind. And you know, we didn't get to see him this year for Christmas and everything. He lives in a different state than me, and with the COVID pandemic, we weren't able to see him. So I just really want to wish him a happy birthday. I love you, buddy. Now, the first character we are going to exclude here is Bordwin. Bordwin is, you know, the newer dwarf character. He was free giveaway, and he does have the T7 abilities, and they sound awesome, but until I can see how they play with a full dwarf comp, I don't feel right putting him on this list. And for the same reason stated before, Zappy will not be on this list because I don't know how it's going to play. Scent and Turion, again, are not going to be on this list because we need the full team to see how they work, because these T7 upgrades, although they sound great, might not play great for what they're intended. So again, Scent and Turion are not going to be on this list, and Bar and Rel. We're going to leave Bar and Rel off because, again, same reasons as before. So let's get into the worst T7 upgrade in my opinion. That has to be Venomate. Venomate has one T7 upgrade I would really implore somebody to do, and that is the what is your poison. At tier 7, it reduces the initial cooldown of this ability by 1, and then they recover 100% turn meter. That is awesome. So essentially you're giving them a turn. That one's really good. But when you look at his other abilities here, this one here, magic damage increases it, guarantees a poison, which is great, and then 10% brings it up only to a 60% chance to call to assist. His Poisonous Cloud at tier 7, it makes the duration of the poison last one more turn with 40% magic damage. And then on his passive ability, he gets 5% more damage for each poison stack. The reason I don't care for this is, you know, and I stated in the T8 ability upgrade, is it doesn't make Venomate a better character. You know, the fact for the instant turn, that part's really great. If you're gonna pick one, do the what's your poison. It's the best one he has, but it's not gonna make him more survivable. His damage output really, that's not why he's on the team. So that it's just, it doesn't address what's wrong with Venomate, and it really doesn't help or make you want to use him any more than any other character. So that's why Venomate's last for me. Next one on my list is Keggy. Now, Keggy has a good T8 to increase twice. I really like that, but as T7s in whole, they don't jump off the page. I mean, starting with his basic ability, if you only take it to tier 7, is a 75% chance to attack. Again, but he's only doing 160 magic damage. not my favorite. Here, on his tornado ability, he does 50% more magic damage and only has a 75% chance after this ability to give accuracy to allies for 3 turns. You're spending such a rare resource and you're only getting 75%. It makes no sense to me while it's 75%. Taking the magic damage to 240, that's really good. I mean, it's still kind of lower end on an AoE, but it's way better than where it was at 190. But why aren't we getting 100% accuracy? I don't understand that. On his third ability here, the wind speed restores 20% turn meter to self and 4 allies, gains haste, and applies it to 4 allies for 2 turns. I mean, reducing the max cooldown by 1 so you can spam this more often is nice, right? I mean, it's a 5-turn cooldown, bringing it to a 4-turn cooldown. If you're going to do 1, I guess this would kind of be it, because that's why Keggy's there, is to kind of speed people up. But it doesn't seem like you're getting a lot of bang for your buck here. And then his passive, he increases magic damage by 40% if Boris is in the party. When the battle starts, they get a dodge increase and a tenacity increase for 2 turns. So he's giving a tenacity increase. Now, I know they're squishy characters, you don't want them to get debuffed, but it'd be so much better if it was like a crit chance increase, even though Boris he does that really, but or a debuff immunity for 1 turn, dodge increase for 2, debuff immunity for 2. I mean, giving 10% more magic damage is pretty solid, especially to Boris. You know, but Keggy is more than viable at T6. On his T6 upgrades, I don't really see a reason to take him to T7 because it doesn't address what's wrong with him. He's still extremely squishy. He's still slow. The one move gives him a more chance to increase haste, but he could be dead by that point. It just, doing all those T7s on Keggy just don't seem to make Keggy, you want to put in Keggy and make it work. He is pretty much the same character to me. Next up on the list is Fow, and Fow at T7 here, her heated arrows, she increases her physical damage by 5% for each living panda in the party. Okay, I mean, not bad, I guess, but again, 57 scrolls for 5%. Not a huge fan. Her right here, this is the best one I think she offers, where she gives a dodge increase and cheat death, and then puts it on 4 allies for 2 turns. So adding the cheat death really is one of the only moves that encompasses her problem of survivability. Here, increasing physical damage on this ability, okay, I guess. And then on her basic, she deals 300 physical damage. She recovers 25% turn meter instead of 20, and then 5 more for each critical hit. So you're gaining an extra 10% with this ability. But again, we're seeing a common theme. She has one move that addresses her problem. The first 3 I've read really just don't seem to change the character or encompass what I feel is wrong with the character or make them even really want to be played. So let's go to the next and hope things change. We have Freezard. Freezard at tier 7 on his passive ability. He survives a fatal blow and recovers 35% of his health, 35% of his turn meter. That is a nice addition, but it doesn't really blow me away. And it benefits Snorri more, and I talked about that in the T8 upgrade ability. Here, 40% more damage and 25% damage to all enemies, and decreases their turn meter by 25%. Here, he has a 75% chance to. Decreasing turn meter by 25% guaranteed. Very good. Love that. Giving himself a little more damage on an AoE, but it still goes through the potency tenacity check. Just one of them, but the fact that it only goes through 1 now, that one's big. Here, his T7 ability upgrade gives you 40% more damage and a 25% chance to inflict an armor decrease. So you're going from 50 to 75%. I wouldn't waste the scrolls on this move. I would just leave it at 50% and hope for the best. And then on his basic, he deals 40% more magic damage and then inflicts the slow, taking it to the 1 potency tenacity check instead of the 2. But as a whole, there's still 2 of these abilities I really wouldn't do. His basic ability, putting that slow on, really could make a difference for raids and things like that. So that's a very good one. And then the fact that you're decreasing all turn meter by 25%, that's a big one too. So they're getting better, but as a whole, I'm not like, I gotta get out there and I got a T7 Freezard right away. If you get there, they're nice, but you know, his big one with his T8 really just benefits Snorri more than him. So you know, we're getting better, but still nothing like, whew, I need that. We have Sharp here coming in next, and with Sharp he gets increases crit chance by 40%. That's big. 10% more crit chance is awesome. I mean, it saves you in your rune composition, so that is a nice upgrade. But again, we don't use Sharp very often, so let's hope everything else kind of benefits him a little more. Here, he gains a critical chance increase and accuracy increase and applies it to all allies for 2 turns, and then he gets crit damage increase. Giving himself accuracy is nice, but accuracy is kind of like an underwhelming stat. So again, I'm not really seeing craziness. Now his wombo combo here attacks 3 enemies. Each hit deals 180 physical damage, restores 40% turn meter if all 3 attacks crit. So that's where the accuracy comes into play. And this one here nearly doesn't impress me as much as the T8 ability upgrade. So obviously you got to go to T7 to get the T8, where you get the shield, which addresses his survivability. So that one's T7 ability upgrade really isn't anything crazy. And then on his basic, 290 on a basic, that's a lot. So, and then he inflicts an armor decrease for 2 turns. Armor decrease isn't a mind-blowing one, but what it does is this T7 ability upgrade as a whole benefits the party well, and that's why it's at the number 2 spot for me. It really just encompasses more to help the party. You know, you put on the armor decrease for 2 turns because you're automatically inflicting it. It allows the other damage dealers to come in. His wombo combo at tier 7 is a little underwhelming, but to get it to tier 8, you gotta take it to tier 7. The accuracy increase helps you land all those 3 hits, so understand that. But again, even if you upgraded him to tier 7, are you going to use him over a Delman? Are you going to use him over a Wonder Lua? You have Thelaine as the lead. You have Nightiel, who brings more to the table. I mean, he could be your 5th. But then you have, like, Failure. Even at T7, I don't know if I would take Sharp over Failure. And on a test server, I played around with it. And, I mean, his damage output was nice, but Failure just seemed to bring more to the table. But he isn't bad. I'm sorry, I said that Sharp was 2, but Adam is 2. It's very early in the morning. And what I like about his T7 upgrades is this one here is just a waste of time, but to get it to 8, to get that pre-taunt, you got to take it to 7. I mean, going from 70 to 75% chance to taunt really doesn't make much of a difference. I mean, they could have put like an armor increase in there to make it a little more enticing, but it's not. This ability I really, really like. It gives him a guaranteed taunt, so you could use this on your first move, get that guaranteed taunt at least for 1 turn till you can kind of get like the Gore Ram train running with him. So this is a very, very good one in my opinion. It's one of the better T7 upgrades. Then you have here on his Mecha Uppercut, he deals 400 physical damage, inflicts an armor decrease for 2 turns, but then he's calling a random ally to assist if they have the damage decrease, which he puts on his basic. So you're just getting that train a little bit more. And the best part is that it's an ally. So if you put him in like a half pig henchman team, he can call them in to assist. So I do like this and what it brings to the table. And then on his basic ability here, he deals 100% physical damage to all enemies and has a 50% chance to inflict that damage decrease. So not the best. I mean, you're at least you're getting 100% physical damage now, and that really benefits him for when he assists under the Murdoch lead. So Adam here has one of the better. He has the best T8, and he has the second best T7. I mean, the guaranteed taunt, his mecha uppercut here is pretty solid, where you get the armor decrease, and then you're calling in people to assist. You're calling in that random ally to assist. At least you're dealing 100% physical damage now. So his T7 upgrade, in my opinion, does kind of address some problems, but they're just not overwhelming. Like, I gotta rush out and do them right now. And the one I like the best is actually Corcoran. And the reason I like Corcoran the best is here he increases potency by 30%, an additional potency 5%, and 2% speed, or 2 speed for each living orc in the party. This addresses Corcoran's slowness. I mean, you're getting 10 extra speed. It's not overwhelming, but at least it's something to try to make him a little better and speed him up. So I'll take 10 extra speed on any character, so we might as well be Corcoran. But I do like this ability. It's not bad. Then here we have the Spectral Beast, and this is why he's my favorite, because this is one definitely worth investing into if you wanted to. I mean, I think it could be the best T7 upgrade. If the target is thunder burned, he does that extra damage, and it only takes now 1, either stun or burning. So you'll get that extra damage. It can really crank up the damage. So that is really nice. His T7 upgrade here, 50% more magic damage on an AoE, and then a 70% chance to stun, which it only was 50 before, 75. But the extra 50% magic damage here, going from 190 to 240, is a significant increase. And then here on his basic, deals 250 magic damage to an enemy, an additional 20% of magic damage for each stack of burning on the target, inflicts burning for 3 turns. So here we're only seeing inflicts burning. Now he gets this. Corcoran can be used in more than just a orc comp. You could put him in that burning comp. You can put him in the ember lake comp if you wanted to, because he inflicts burning for 3 turns. That's a long time. And then he's getting more magic damage for each burning. The whole point of that is get out the burns. So you kind of just spam his basic. It's only going through 1 potency tenacity check. So I really think this one isn't bad either. And as a whole, Corcoran's kit isn't bad. It doesn't address his survivability issues at all, but it kind of gives you more options with Corcoran, right? You can get off that Spectral Beast a little bit earlier. You're increasing the speed of Corcoran. His AoE does a little bit more damage, and now that he does more damage on burn, just kind of increases his plug-and-play viability a touch, so he can be used in different comps, giving you a little more variety in what you want to use. So there it is, my YouTube family. There is the worst of first for the T7 upgrades, and I have to admit, these T7 upgrades, they're not what I really thought they initially would be, and I'm kind of disappointed in them as a whole. I don't think there's anything out there that I really have to say like it's gonna make this character 1,000 times better. Corcoran is the best, but because it didn't address his survivability issues, it's still an issue for me. Now, in the grand scheme of things, there's only a couple that I would feel comfortable even spending these abilities on, mats on. I'm in the, personally, we're on my account. Personally, I'm in the, let's hold them, let's save them, let's see what happens here. But I really don't think I'm upgrading anybody yet. I'm not impressed by this. I see where they're going, and some of them make sense. But I want to see different things brought in to help them out, and it's just really not happening. So I'm kind of just disappointed in them, and they don't blow me away. Now the dwarves, they sound like they're going to be big, but until we see how that whole team plays, it couldn't mean in my head what I think it's going to mean. So that's why I had to exclude them, because I can't say they're the best, and somebody rushes out and gets them, then we get the rest of the dwarves, and it doesn't make sense. So with that being said, that's what I got for everybody today. And I did have a account giveaway. I wanted, or account coaching giveaway I wanted to talk about. And with that, we're going to announce the winner of that right now. So the winner of the giveaway came from the Dragon Champions Worst to First All Champions, ranked 20 to 11. And it was from Scott, wrong finger, Scott Gregg. And my solace memory is getting enough for my farming efforts to quickly turn around and equipping him out as a priority. Those efforts do come as a learning curve as how to use him the best. Knowing when to use him in the lead of a team or supporting team member for other leaders is one of the nuances to adapt to. Game changer once you max out his abilities. So Scott Gregg, congratulations on the account coaching. So if you want to DM me on Discord or in the About Me page, there is an email address. You can email me there. We'll set up a time to get the account coaching rolling. And Scott Gregg, you are the winner. So congratulations, and thank you for everybody who participated in this. It was super fun. After this one here, we're going to set up the next one and get that going for everybody out there. So with that being said, if you're just finding me for the first time and you're liking what you're seeing, click that subscribe button, turn on notifications, all the good stuff that goes along with it. And my XMG family members out there, I love you. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.